Good morning. Welcome to Rubini College of Engineering. I am Reggie, Associate Professor, Department of ECE. Today we are going to discuss about slot antenna. Once we completed the slot antenna, students can able to define slot antenna, design of antenna parameter like gain, bandwidth and directivity. Slot antenna. An antenna shown in the figure is very efficient radiator. In this arrangement, lambda by 2 slot is cut into flat metal plate. Although the width of the slot is small, the current are not confined to the edges of the slot but spread over the sheet. This is the type of slot antenna. Radiation occur equally from both sides of the sheet. If the slot is horizontal as shown, the radiation normal to the sheet is vertically polarized. Slot antenna. Method of feeding. A slot antenna may be conveniently energized with the coaxial transmission line as shown in figure. The outer conductor of the cable is bounded on the metal sheet. Since the terminal resistance at the center of the resonance lambda by 2 is large, is about 500 ohm, and the characteristic impedance of coaxial line is usually much less, and is offset feed used to provide better impedance. For 50 ohm coaxial line, the distance S is lambda by 20. Slot orientation, horizontal orientation, vertical orientation are also shown in slot antenna. Slot antenna fed by a coaxial transmission line to a cable bounded line. The figure shows it is a vertically polarized, and figure D shows horizontal polarized. Boxed in slot antenna. A flat sheet with lambda by 2 slot radiate equally on both sides of the sheet. However, the sheet is very large and box is shown in figure. Radiation occur from one side. If the depth D of the box is appropriate, not appreciable, shunt susceptance appears across the terminal. With such a zero susceptance box, the terminal impedance of the resonant lambda by 2 slot is non-active and approximately twice its value without the box about 1000 ohm. Boxed in slot antenna as flush radiator. The box in slot antenna might be appeared at the relatively long wavelength by using the ground as flat conducting sheet and excavating a trend of lambda by 2 long by lambda by 4 deep as shown in figure. Radiation is maximum in all directions at right angle to the slot, and it is zero along the ground to the direction. The radiation of the ground is vertically polarized. Radiation from any one of the large sheet may be achieved by a slot fed with a waveguide. With the transmission in the guide in T10 mode, the direction of the electric field is 0. The width of the guide must be more than lambda by 2 to transmit energy, but it should be less than 1 lambda to suppress higher order transmission mode. With the horizontal slot, radiation normal to the shoulder is vertically polarized. Broadside array of slot in a waveguide. An array of slot may be cut into waveguide as shown in the figure as by producing directional radiation pattern. By cutting the inclined slot as shown in the interval lambda g by 2, the slots are energized in phase and produce a directional pattern with maximum radiation broadside to the guide. If the guide is horizontal and E in the guide is vertical, the radiated field is horizontally polarized. Slot antenna versus complementary dipole. A lambda by 2 slot is a finite sheet and the complementary lambda by 2 dipole antenna. Slot radiation field of slot is of infinite sheet and a complementary dipole antenna. The pattern have the same shape but E and H interchange. So from this what we understood is that why we are using the slot antenna. So what are the application of slot antenna and the type of feeder used in slot antenna. So complementary antenna is similar to that of slot antenna. As far as we concerned that the antenna what we are using in day-to-day application is microstrip patch antenna, but slot antenna is olden day they used with respect to the broadside and infrared. So most oftenly used application in the slot antenna, how far the electric field and magnetic field will achieve the maximum efficiency. The quiz questions are what are the application of slot antenna and the type of feeders used in slot antenna. Thank you.